Morning all. Today I'm going to make my sleeping dragon mould along with some crystal moulds, and I'm going to do them in Aqua Cast, which is, as it says, a water activated casting compound. It is from Aliexpress and it's 100 to 35, as in 100 grams of powder to 35 grams of water. This isn't toxic, so I don't need to wear gloves. The intention is that, I don't know if you can see in the start of here, but while I was sorting the colours, some of the gold leaf came out, and I'm going to cover the dragon in gold leaf, and I'm going to attempt to do the same with these. I don't intend to fully cover, so I'd like some of the Aqua Cast to actually show through. It's going to be a sleeping dragon with the crystals round it, and hopefully it'll look really cool. So the first colour I have is this beautiful green that I'm quite literally just going to do this with, in hopes that some will stick in different places. And excuse my hands being in the way. Tear this up and drop it in. I was looking for my tweezers, which I appear to have lost, which is never a good sign. And especially as this goes everywhere. But as I said, I'm just gonna brush it in where I can, hope it sticks, and then fill it with Aqua Cast. I'm gonna speed you up through me doing all of this, because otherwise it's going to be very boring for you. So I will see you on the other side. While I speed you through all of this, I'm just going to say that the gold leaf were a present from my daughter. As far as I'm aware, she got them off of Temu, and I think there's lots of different packs of gold leaf you can get. The crystal moulds came as a pack from Temu. The dragon came from Aliexpress. It may not seem like it due to the speed, but I'm doing this really carefully so that I don't damage the mould. I'm hoping that with the colours being so random, it will kind of look like a crystal dreamscape. I will put a link for everything in the description below the video. I've decided that these two I'm going to leave to just do afterwards. I have no idea how these are actually going to come out. I really hope they're going to be really pretty, but I can't say for sure, and so fingers crossed. Let's just move these and the tweezers and the brush out of the way. I will try and clear this up a little bit. I need my wipes. Where are my wipes? Looking for some wipes. It says any residual bubbles can be popped by agitating or tapping the mould. Allow 60 to 90 minutes before demoulding, and allow 24 to 48 hours to reach optimum cured strength. Let's open the bag. It does say to use scissors, but oh, okay, scissors it is. It almost worked. I'm going to try and do a little bit at a time, because I want to make sure that I get it in everything. And if I mix up too much, I'm probably not going to be able to have time to tap out all the bubbles in each one as I do it. I'm actually just going to go and measure. Okay, this is a bit too much water for the amount of Aqua Cast I put in. But as this dragon has got lots of nooks and crannies, and I want to make sure that it all goes in, I'm going to just go with it. Now I know the type of consistency. Just pour this in to these first, just so I can see how it pours. I'm only going to do about halfway up for the moment. One is I want to do a lot of agitation. Just pouring down the big nodes first. We'll put a bit more in here. And let's just top up a bit more in here. There we go. Let's leave that to settle down. It would appear I like getting messy. I'm sure there's a cleaner way to do this, or a neater way. Unfortunately, that appears to be outside of my ability. Scrape some of that back off. Been told Aqua Cast debubbles really well. I'm hoping that's the case because I get a bit of a mess here. I will be back in about an hour to demold. I'm back just over an hour later. Gonna demold these, see how they did. I'm hoping that the gold leaf stuck to the Aqua Cast and looks good. Oh, now that is pretty. I think that's very pretty. Hopefully that's under the camera. There is still some gold leaf in there, so I may later make some more of these and see if I can get the rest out. Again, very sparkly and pretty. Do I get bubbles? I may have got bubbles, but I don't think you can see them. So the reason I say that is, can you see how much is left down in there? That's normally when you get bubbles. Again, very pretty. Not so pretty, but I think it still works. I like this one quite a lot. It's very pretty. Let's try this one next. Oh wow. You see that? Very sparkly. Ooh, let's try this one next. This one doesn't have any gilding on. I'll do this one afterwards, I think, if I use it. It is very pretty mould. I know now that I probably have to just make them and then add Mod Podge and then add the gilding, because the gilding hasn't stayed on that well. But I don't think I wanted them fully gilded. It's not really my scene. So let's get the dragon out. Everyone does this upside down. Let's see. Swipe off any overage that I can. Okay, let's turn it over. Oh, I think that's really pretty. There is some overage that I need to sort out, but the thing is, because this is going into something, I don't need to worry too much about the overage. I mean, I don't want it to sit in too heavily because I don't want to miss that much of the dragon. I don't know if you can see, but there's a little eye there and a little eye there, so I'm going to colour those in. Before I do anything else, what I'm actually going to do is paint this with Mod Podge. The reason for doing this is, although this is all very shiny, don't know if you can see my hands, the gold leaf is not actually sticking that well to the Aqua Cast, and therefore I'm doing this to help it stick. You just get a little bit, brush it on. Now it looks white, and it is, but it will dry clear, and that's what I'm after. And once it's dried clear, the gold leaf will not come off. I'm not going to bore you with this, I will just fast forward you through it all, but just so that you can see what I'm doing. And to be honest, the fact that it starts off not clear is very helpful for me for seeing where I may have missed. Something that I've heard lots of people say, which is when you do Aqua Cast, if you want to be able to fix any mistakes you make when you paint it, you need to seal it first, because otherwise, once it's on, it is not going anywhere. But I also have to say that I'm getting a little bit confused about which bits I've done and which bits I haven't. So I may have done some of the bits twice. But, you know, better twice than never, I suppose. Now, as I put the Mod Podge underneath, I don't know if I need it on top. I'm going to have to wait for them to dry and work that out. But that's fine. "24 hours later, and these should have now dried out. This here is a plaque that I made a while ago when I was trying to do ocean with my own unique set of colours. It was one of my very first resin pieces that I did, and the stones didn't quite sit in it properly, and I had no idea what I would do with it. But what I've decided is, I think that the lovely dragon going on here with these pieces around it will look really good. And that being the case, I have some B7000, which I bought from Amazon. Came as a pack of, I think, 12. I'm going to use this to stick these on here, and hopefully it will look really pretty. Before I stick this on, I'm actually just going to check exactly how I want it to look to make sure that it covers all the bits I want it to cover. Okay, so I think something like that would look quite cool. I'm going to start from this side and glue it round. I did check this is supposed to be strong enough to glue this to this. I wanted to make sure before I did it. little bit of sandpaper and right, okay, let's take these off first. Now that I know roughly where I want them to go. And very quickly rough up a little bit where I want it to go. So I want that to go there. Put glue on the bottom. Bit of glue here. And then place it. I'm going to leave all of this to dry and hope it dries and sticks as well as I think it should. This is the platter as it stands currently. I added and forgot to film these little rocks here because I thought it made it look a bit better. They're the same rocks that are in here. You can see the glitter that I added in here now. There's the Aqua Cast with the gold leaf, and then the sleeping dragon with his diamante crown. And then I also added those round the back. Ooh, sounds like one's a bit loose, that's fine. Oops, some of them are a bit loose still. It's okay. I can re-add them if I think they're needed. But I'm actually going to finish this off by adding this round the edge. It's part of a much thicker pack. I'm now just going to peel and stick this all the way round. If any more of these rocks fall off, I'm not concerned because, you know, they were just there to add a little bit of something extra, and I think they do that. So here we go. I got this from Amazon. I will add the link below. You'll see how easy this is to add. I'm going to start this at the back. Quite literally, I'm just going round and making sure that the base of it is in line with the base of this. This is very, very easy. Just turn it and just make sure that the edging of this is the same as the edging on this, and that way it will sit flat. Now, as you can see, it was very easy to pull it up when I put it in the wrong position, and that's good. But once it's down, once you want it to stay down, it should stay there with no issue. Oh, that one's making a bid for freedom. Let's push it back down. Now I just need to cut this little bit of an end off, which I will do with these scissors. Just chop through there. There we go. There is a tiny gap, but I'm not worried about that. And there we go. A beautiful blingy sleeping dragon with his gems. Ta-da!